Hi, I'm Allison Zamuda, and Kimberly Sheppard is with us one more time talking about her powerful work in Henry County, Georgia. So, Kimberly, one of the insights right now that you could give classroom teachers around the country, regardless of whether they're teaching elementary or middle or high school, whether they're doing a specialized setting or a more traditional setting, what's the one insight that you could provide, and how do you start to grow that?
So I think one thing that we really started to strive with our teachers towards doing is having an 80-20 policy. So 20% of the time would be direct instruction, and 80% of the time would be the students actually applying that instruction. So it doesn't mean that that's the only time that the teacher is talking to the students during that 20%, but it does mean that the teacher is making that effort to give the students more time to actually apply what they're learning. And it may be that during that 80%, the teacher is actually working with a small group, working individually with a student to make sure that they understand the material. But the majority of the students are actually working on either a practice problem or a project or something along those lines that apply to their standards. I think that's been a really powerful tool for our teachers. In fact, we used professional development time for them to actually sit down and look at what the idea and the concept was, and then for them to come up with kind of a guideline themselves of what would be taking place during that 20% of the time that they would be using direct instruction, and what would be taking place during that 80% where the students were actually applying the information. And I think that was something that was a little different for our teachers, but powerful as well for them to see the difference between the two and how they could make that work in their classrooms. And we know that it's not an automatic change. And so giving them that time to reflect and to make those changes has been important as well.
Well, it's such a fresh idea that when you're starting to take a massive amount of content and think about, if I could spend a handful of moments from a 20% time on emphasizing some core concepts or the importance of certain topics or skills, and then the rest of it is very much grounded in the kinds of problems or challenges that students are going to be engaged in. So it doesn't mean that the teacher is sort of hands off during
Correct.
that 80% time, but in what ways are you coaching in an on-demand, just-in-time fashion? And in what ways do you need to preview or preset different aspects of learning? So it's just a really just fantastic idea that you're bringing to the table. And again, so much steeped in personalized learning. So thanks so much. And if you want to contact Kimberly for more information, go ahead and look at the contact information below. Thanks so much.